Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is the video a lot of you have been waiting for. I will be revealing my entire planner stack for 2026. And for a lot of people who are new here or new to planning in general, you might feel like, oh my god, why do you need so many planners? But let me just tell you, my mind just works in compartments and there are a lot of areas of my life that I like to keep track of. And that's pretty much why I need all these planners. And they're not all planners, there are some journals, some notebooks. Let me take you through the entire pile and let me explain what each one is for. And I also have set up videos for all the planners and detailed review videos for each of the notebooks that I will talk about in this particular video. So I will put all the links in the description and in the cards above, so make sure you go to check that out. We kind of split this video into two categories. The first one will be like the daily planners. So the first one I want to talk about is this beautiful Erin Condren life planner. So this is going to be my overall like home and life planner. So here I will track all my habits, all my goals, and everything related to my health and also everything related to my household. This is a 7x9 planner and it is pretty big. I wouldn't say it's bulky, it feels quite compact, but it's not something that I would want to carry around. This has all my home related things that will stay on my desk. And I like that this is a coil planner and it will stay this size whenever, even if it's open. It's very handy to flip to the particular week that you're on and just keep it lying like this on the desk so you can clearly see what needs to be done throughout the day. So this is very useful, and that's what I'll be using this particular planner for. The next one we have is the Alicia Souza planner. This is slightly bigger than an A5 and this is basically going to have all of the things that I am learning for myself and I'm also teaching my daughter. This is kind of like our curriculum tracker. I wanted a separate space for this because I don't want the learning things to get mixed with the household things, and I just like these things to be separated, and it helps me in lesson planning a lot. I have this little marker over here where I get to the whole page for the full monthly list, and I've kind of marked out the yellow one is for my daughter, the pink one's for me, and here are all the list of things that we want to get done this month. Here are our habit trackers. It's mostly tracking habits for herself, and here I will note down what needs to change after this month is done, and I am just marking out all of her school days and also like things that I want to teach her. So maybe one day is music and dance, one day is sand and sensory play and things like that. I have basically learned all of this from her school itself. Like they segregate classes based on these things. So I just decided to adapt it at home. It also makes our playtime a lot more engaging and gives it some structure. The next planner that I want to talk about is the Hobonichi Techo. When I was setting it up, I had put it in this cover, etc. But I realized that since I'm not really carrying it anywhere, it can stay here, and when I decide to carry it somewhere, I'll put it in the cover so that it stays safe, because this is just a regular cardstock cover. It's not the horn, which is a hard cover, right? So this is normal, but I decided to decorate the front of it, and I've put the markers for where the week and the day is, and these markers are just for the important pages throughout, and this is the monthly marker. So that's pretty much how it is. I sometimes use it for memory keeping, so I'm just like putting some stickers and some of these receipts, etc. from good fun days that I've had. It also has my whole upload schedule in the monthly, what videos I'm posting, how when I'm shooting, when I'm editing, and just the time tracking and everything like that. So these are like the main daily driver planners, things I will be in every single day. Now come the journals and the notebooks, because who am I if I don't have extras? So let me show you. First up, it's a familiar one. You must have seen this from my Q4 2025 planning video. This is just an undated journal that I picked up to kind of reset my system. It was very useful. So this one I will be using like a distraction journal. So it's very compact, it's A5, it will sit on my desk. So whatever thing I'm thinking throughout the day, if I see something interesting, maybe a video, or if I just hear someone say something interesting, it all goes into here. This is kind of my capture mechanism. So if I want to use something from here, maybe if I want to make a video on something that I've just heard, then this is the place that I will refer to and then move it over to the Hobonichi, which is my main content planner. So that's kind of how this is working. It's just like taking notes on the go. Like I love writing down things. I love listening to people and writing down things. A lot of the times when I'm hearing podcasts, I want to write down all the notes. So it's just handy to have a notebook, and this is an undated planner, and it was like I didn't want to waste all of these pages, so that's what I'll be using this for. Next up, we have this particular notebook. This cute little sticker is from House of Bub. I've made a video on them as well, And this notebook is basically something I've had since 2023. It's by Odd Giraffe. This is like a journal. I was using it as a journal, but then I switched over to like more unruled paper, and this is a ruled notebook, and I will be using this as like a reading journal. So this year I started to get back into reading, and what I want to do is once I finish a book, I just want to write a couple of pages about what I thought of the book, and just like, you know, encouraging more critical thinking. And we used to write book reviews all the time in school, and I used to really like doing that. And if I just want to find the time to go back to that. And it's also important that when you read something, you write a little about it so that it stays in your memory. Otherwise, it just feels like, okay, I just read it, but I remember nothing. So I don't want that to happen, and that's why I'm going to treat this as my reading journal. Next, we have these two journals for mental health, and this one I've been using from last year. So my goal is to write down one page every day, not like too deep. It doesn't even have to be anything great, but the thing is that in the beginning of this, you get all of these prompts. So even if I can't think of anything to write, I'll just follow one of these prompts and write down one page every single day, and that's basically my goal. I feel like they have very insightful prompts. It really helps you to dig deep, and it's just something that I wanted to get back to. And this one is the Rocket Journal, and I've made a video on them as well. I love the way that their journal is structured. So this is for the days when I don't have a lot of time, and here also they have prompts. So they have like 3 different questions every single day, and you get an area to mark off how you're feeling. And this is something that I want to pick up maybe at the end of a very long week or something like that. And this is more like free-flowing journaling. This is more like how I'm feeling on that day, kind of a tracking. So I'll pick them up interchangeably. There is no particular process to this, but these two I want to keep for my like feelings and emotions journaling. So yeah, pretty much that is my stack. That's my whole planner lineup, and I will try my best to use these throughout the year, and I will actually report back at the end of pretty much every month, or definitely at the end of every quarter, to give you an update on how everything's going. Let me know what's your planner stack for 2026, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.